What's up, guys? Hey, it is Tuesday the 3rd, and I'm not going to get really heavy into the market stuff today. I'm going to talk about something we've seen kind of pop up on the regular. It has to do with freezing a person's credit. Now, I realize when you're freezing your credit, there's a reason. Something's happened in the history of your life that puts you in a situation where you've got to go through the steps of freezing your credit. It's amazing how good these guys are at infiltrating your life and taking advantage of you. So you got to do everything you can to protect yourself, and I definitely get that. But when you're getting financing, just understand, when we get to that point where we got to pull a credit report, when you unfreeze it, we don't just have to unfreeze it for that credit report, just unfreeze it for us to do anything with it. Because even though we have a credit report, the way the electronic systems work, we go to underwrite that file, even though it's going to, we have a print copy of it, that credit report is a living, breathing item during that window of time that we've pulled that credit report. So when we run our automated underwriting, it's got to read that electronically. But what happens here, interestingly enough, when you freeze your credit, it can't do that. So now all of a sudden we're stuck and we have to have you unfreeze it again. And that takes 24, 48 hours, and you want to freeze it again. And that takes some time. So you're talking about sometimes it can delay things a week if you refreeze it during the process of the loan. Now, if it's something where you get the pre-qual done, right, and you go into on a new build property and it's going to take 4 or 5 months, we'll freeze it. That's perfectly fine. But then just know that when it comes time when we have that property's about done, we want to start getting appraisals done and getting the final underwrites done, all that, just know you have to unfreeze it. We may have to actually pull another one if it's been long enough. So be aware when it comes to credit reports that one, freezing them does affect our ability to get the loan done if you start implementing that again during the process of the loan, during that window. The other thing that you want to be cognizant of, again, living, breathing document, you have your credit pulled again during the time that we're working on your loan, it will pop up in your credit report, even though you've already pulled it, because it automatically updates itself for like 120 days. Now, the one thing that's interesting, it doesn't update lates. It doesn't update payments. It updates other credit that you're getting. So if you buy if you get a pre-qual done, you say, hey, they're good for 120 days, and you decide to buy a car, it's going to pop up. We're going to be alerted that you got additional credit. Then we have to do what's called a credit supplement. We have to have our credit agency reach out to your new car lender and verify what that payment is. So just know, just because it's been pulled doesn't mean you can go out and do stuff and it not affect you. You do what you want to do, but just know it's going to have an effect. So a couple of things I just wanted to hit on when it came to credit. Be cognizant of when you're freezing your credit, you're going to have to open that puppy up. You have to get right with the fact that you might have some call it exposure, whatever you want to do during that window. You can't go running around buying things, getting more credit, financing stuff without us finding out, because it's going to alert us and it's going to affect your ability to get the deal done. So anything that you do that changes your transaction is going to affect our ability to get it done in the time frame you need it done, potentially cost you. So be aware of those things before we step forward into a new financing. Know what you're doing and know what choices you make affect it before you decide to buy a property and finance that. Thanks, guys. If you have any questions about that, shoot them in the comments or shoot me a text or email directly. Thanks.